2 days ago, we had a meeting with the Nigerian Institute of Animal Science, and this matter came up in the front burner. And not only poultry, our intention here today is to look at the general health and veterinary aspects of our livestock. And there are a lot of issues there. And I do believe that if you look at a lot of endemic diseases in the country, and that is not only related, isolated to poultry, it covers the whole gamut of the industry. So I do believe that people are not using steroids. Nobody is using steroids. But nonetheless, the general aspect of health is important. There are incidences of substandard drugs. I don't want to go deep into that because some of them could be sub judice. We need to go into that. And by going into that, we need to regulate the kind of drugs that come into this country. But even before doing that, we want to surgically look at Nigerian Veterinary Research Institute in Vomjos to build their capacity so that they can supply all the vaccines that we require in this country. Once that is assured, there will be no room for substandard drugs. That is key. The next one we want to do through the Nigerian Veterinary Council is to build capacity for because all the poultry farmers have the association, Poultry Association of Nigeria. It can be Abuja, it can be Imo, it can be Lagos, it can be Kano, it can be Adamawa. There are poultry associations all over. And through those associations, we want to reach the members to build their capacity so that people get into ethical and value-driven poultry business management because it borders on public health. We also want to go back to what used to happen in the 60s and 70s in terms of meat inspectors. Animals, particularly large animals, will not be slaughtered and they are certified, healthy, with all record of injections and vaccinations. After the slaughtering, there will be meat inspection and certification. And then we also want to introduce traceability. If, for instance, you buy a portion of meat and get back to your kitchen and you find something that is unwholesome, we should be able to trace that meat to the cow and from the cow to the ranch it is coming from. It's a tall order. But Nigerians lived with that in the 60s and 70s. So, and that's an avenue for creating more jobs and getting value for what you are buying as a consumer. So meat, food borders on public health. If there's an outbreak, if you can't trace it, then the wider society is at risk. And you need people to take responsibility for what they are bringing to the market. This is what we mean by international standard. And without those sanitary conditions and inspection protocols, your meat will not be satisfied for export. Earlier on, there are many countries that want import meat from Nigeria. But without those conditions, you can't be certified. So this is what we mean by creating an enabling environment for both local and foreign investors to come in and invest so that we can export. So precisely this is it. It covers all of them. I mean, if you want to export, for instance, mutton, goat meat, you can't just sweep the streets, process goats, and say you want to take it outside this country. No. It has to be on a controlled environment, on a farm, with a good management practice, with all the protocols, all the injections are recorded, and the goats, there is no residue of any chemical in the body of the animal. That's why we mean by meat inspection and certification. If you slaughter a cow and you find a lump of residue, chemical residue, no, it's not fit for human consumption. Even if you can boil it to 1,000 degrees, and at that level you would have killed all the nutrients. So this is what we say, borders on public health. And that is the concern of this administration, that we are not realizing full value from animal resources. And therefore, we need to modernize that sector to be at par with the international practices. And we can do it.
All right.